Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of our brand new Runescape New Era account, Grab the Hog. So, proper intro for this one because I didn't realise we've done as many episodes as what we have. This is going to be officially episode 21. Now, today is going to be February 17th. This is one day after the Runescape entry level, low level, early game rebalance. Now, what we're going to do in this episode is going to have a little bit of explore of all the brand new things and brand new changes they've done, just see how much it really has impacted things which harm a lot of the low level gameplay. Now, I've put a video out about my opinions of this update and how it's properly affected some of the high game stuff, but for someone like Grab the Hog, we should definitely see a massive benefit in terms of its skilling and its leveling in terms of progress. Now, the one skill which has really sort of had a nice couple of things added has been Thieving. Now, low-level Thieving is a completely different case. That has been absolutely brutalized, and I will keep saying I think it's a mistake in terms of an update. But in terms of the low-level stuff, the updates and tweaks they've made have been quite nice. Now, one of them relates to the Thieving Guild and also the Thieving Guild doors. So, just to give you guys the full authentic experience, I don't know why, but jail doors seem to be broken. So, whenever I go to open the door, it just gives me nothing interesting happens. This works for both of them, so if you guys know what's happened here, please let me know because I kind of want to train my thieving. So I waited for this update for the fact I could go and use jail doors and it seems to be broken. And because you can do thieving doors, the top ones at level 15, I don't think it's quest locked because I've done buyers and sellers. For whatever reason, it's not letting me pick lock for doors. I've got lock picks as well, so I just don't know what's going on there. Well, what I'm going to go and do instead is go and try some standard pickpocketing and just some of the stall stuff, because level 30 is actually a pretty big level for thieving. It unlocks quite a lot of quests, and unlocks the troll storyline as well for Troll Stronghold, which is very good because it gives you quite a big lamp. So really, with low level thieving now, we should be getting caught an awful lot less. So we'll see how this goes in terms of this. But that's a little bit annoying about the doors. I'm going to check Reddit out to see if anyone's got the same sort of problem I have. I don't know why it's giving me that option that I can't pickpocket the jail doors. I've never really had that before when I've done it, and I've done it on 7-day bond as well. But 27 is at least something. Again, 30 is the level I need, but I'm going to see how AFK this is. It does seem to have a big impact though. Like, we've not been caught yet, whereas before with low level thieving, I would have been caught multiple times already. So maybe that's something. Maybe it's the fact I'm doing a woman who's only level 2 thieving requirement. So I don't know. But what I'm going to go and do is come back when it's level 30 thieving, whether that's through this or the stalls, or if I finally find out what's happening with the jail doors. And then we can go and get it unlocked, because that's going to be a big quest unlock as well. And the quests need to be done as well, because we're going to progress that maybe over the next episode. But I think we need 11 quest points to get to 100 quest points, which, to be fair, for this account is massive. For viewers who haven't been around the channel too long, I am not a quester. Like, for whatever reason, with this account, there's been a resurgence in wanting to quest and motivation to do the quests as well, which is why we've done so many so far. But I pretty much waited maybe 3 years to get something like 20 quest points worth of quests for 7-day bond to go and get curses, just because, again, I'm just not a fan. I'm not a fan of being told, go here, do that, do this, do that. We need quest helper, because that's just streamlines the whole process. It makes it more understandable, and 07 have such a nice feature in terms of the quest helper, which I think really helps maintain their sort of player base as well. But yeah, I'm going to go do this anyway, and then we'll go and give agility a little bit of try, because I think agility is another skill which has had a really nice impact. The boost in the XP rates for at least the lower level stuff. We'll need to go and do the bar crawl at some point, because that's probably what we're going to have to go and do at point to train our agility up. If I could get like 50 sort of agility by the end of a month before I do troll invasion, I just think we'll get more value from our lamps and our books and stuff, which will really help with our agility level. The higher agility level is, the more easier it is running around the game, access to shortcuts, and also as well, more importantly, to quests, because for whatever reason, agility is required in so many different tiers of quests. It's just in your own interest to have a higher agility level, because it's just going to make it more worthwhile in the future as well. Now, while I'm thieving, we'll still continue a little bit of a ramble. So in the previous video, we have seen our cash stack. We are currently around 140 mil, providing everything sells and things buy and things move like that. And something I've been debating for a very long time is looking at buying a Grace of the Elves. Now, Grace of the Elves helped to make this account a lot more AFK, and to a point where I don't really have to pay attention to it. Now, I am heavily considering this, because we have way beyond the amount of GP an account of this ilk and level needs. We have started to get skills to a point where we're going to make a little bit of money for doing it as well. So construction, Like, I can make money with construction very consistently. We've proven with smithing, even without smelting bars, just smithing like stuff for people to disassemble for invention. We've made a fair bit of money there. And the skill which I haven't really touched too much yet, well, there's two to be fair. Herblore, we can do prayer potions, and prayer potions can bring us some very decent profit. And then move us further into the higher tier potions, which will be very, very good. That will make us even more money on top of that. And then also crafting. Crafting is the sleeper skill, which will make us an incredible amount of GP. And also fletching to a point, but fletching kind of needs the brooch for God to actually be there. So with what I've currently got and where I'm currently going, I think the skills I'm going to stick with just for now, smithing, crafting, herblore, and construction, they're all going to sort of provide as a decent base of GP to flesh the account out. And then hopefully the Grace of the Elves will help things with like AFKing fishing, woodcutting, archaeology, all those skills where like I can just go and do it as well. But the lower game has focused on some really decent points actually, which I do want to go and check out eventually, like agility. Divination has been increased as well, and divination is a really big skill to sort of look at. It's going to be something I'm going to need to address sooner rather than later, because again, it's linked to invention. Invention will be very game changing for us if we can get it sort of early. And maybe that's our first real sort of target to get into the mid game, is to go and sort of get invention at a decent level, because that will also require quite a bit of GP. So yeah, as always, so many things going on, so many different sort of ideas of what to go forward. The original plan for this video is already out the window because I can't seem to get to the jail doors, so we'll get to that at some point. I'm going to get 30 thieving because it's going to give them some options in terms of quests and stuff for a little bit in the future. And then you'll see us when we're doing a little bit of agility, and then also we'll go and test out some divination. Some divination actually might be more in the future than what I think, because it's a good skill to do in the downtime. It actually might be a good skill to do AFK while editing as well, just because it's one of those where you don't have to pay attention, and the quality of life updates have made it into divination like a couple years ago, where the wisps don't go too away from the creator now as well, will be very, very nice to do. But I don't know, that's the plan for this episode, kind of winging it as always. I don't think we're going to be doing some quests. We're still going to be tying in and sort of dialing in on skilling as well. And maybe we can squeeze those last 17 levels to get to the big 1,000 total. So we'll see where we go, and I'll report back very soon on where we're going. So after some time, that is level 30 thieving. It's noticeable how little you get caught compared to the previous sort of case. So 30 thieving is really good, and once we click on the level, you'll notice why this is such a big thing. So we can now do the feud, slug menace, troll stronghold, and dishonor amongst thieves. These are some pretty big hitting quests. I mean, the feud, the desert storyline, it kind of opens more stuff up, but the feud also gives you quite a big chunk of thieving XP as well. Not too bad to go and do either. And the Troll Stronghold will give you 10,000 XP worth of lamps, which will throw on a form of skill. I have no idea what I'd do now, but 30 is a nice little gateway. I'm not going to touch thieving now until I work out how to go and do the doors. We did get the Strange Rock. Nice, so that is pretty decent. Agility, in terms of like how much better it is in terms of XP, the lower level tier 1 courses now are around 15,000 XP an hour, which for the level we are, isn't really worth doing. But if we go and do the Barbarian Outpost, that is roughly around 40,000 XP per hour now, which is worth doing. Now to do that, we need to go and do the bar crawl minigame, which we'll go and do at some point, maybe tomorrow. But it is noticeable that the XP is significantly better at low levels. So to be able to do some of the quests which give you really good XP, these courses now are definitely in a much better place. And especially for someone who uses the Berthorpe course quite often to do his daily challenges, you're just going to get a little bit more XP, which, you know, you can't really moan with as well. Now, in terms of divination, divination is one of the other skills we've sort of picked out to say it's really improved from this early game rebalance. You're going to get a +5 base rate succession of getting an energy, which is actually pretty nice. And then you got some increased XP from both harvesting a memory and then also throwing a memory into the creator, which the XP jump isn't big. It's like 0.5 of an XP, but it will rack up over time as well. So the agility is nice, the divination is nice, and it will contribute more. Again, the divination and the thieving is what we'll probably see more of. Agility, we'll train it at Barb Outpost and we'll see how much better it is. But like I mentioned before, we need to go and do the mini quest, which is the bar crawl, which really shouldn't take us too long to be fair. Literally all you need to do is go around numerous bars in the game and then just drink. This is it here, the bar crawl there. All you need is 208 coins and then literally just go around and click off all the different drinks. But yeah, 35 agility will be decent because we'll be able to get some decent XP. We're not relying on things like books and stuff like that. We can actually go and train it as well. But what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go and do some of my daily challenges. I've got some pretty decent ones. Dungeoneering, I still need to go and do the tutorial for. So that'll be something. But what I'm going to do is just complete that with a token. Yes, it's a bit wasteful, but it just means that it's done and it's out of my mind really because it's been finished. And then in terms of what's left, I've got cooking, which we're slowly catching up on our thieving level from cooking, which is nice because fishing got quite far ahead from the quests. And I she's going to smith something as well, which won't take too long either. But no, just the normal day in terms of progress and stuff. In terms of my AFK time and what I think I'm going to do, I've got a lot of normal teak planks converting to refined planks, which will then convert into frames, which I think from doing that, I've basically bought myself a Grace of the Elves. So we'll definitely go and pick that up over the next episode. So we'll start with Grace of the Elves in the next episode. And I'll probably be doing some more quests tonight, and we'll rattle off some of the important stuff. So there's a few things which are sort of mid-quest, which just gives us quality of life, like the family crest. The ability to make bars with the furnace and like not have to bank is quite nice. That's a nice little one. Sheila Village is really good for the trout and salmon spot, although with the Grace of the Elves, doesn't really matter. And yeah, just kind of doing some general maintenance stuff. I think in the next episode, I'm going to outline what our goal is going forward. And I have a feeling it's going to be very much invention related. I think that's a really good way to sort of enter and aim for things. If we can go and work on those skills, which will make us some money and be quite AFK in the meantime as well, it'd be a good thing to do as a side project while we're continuing to do some other stuff as well. So maybe the whole we're AFK in frames and the downtime of playing the account is going to go to one side. And we're just going to go target on the invention skills because 2 out of 3 of them can be very AFK, smithing and divination. And then crafting, depends if you're doing jewellery or not, can also be really AFK as well. So maybe that is what we're going to do for that. We've just thrown that on 5 dungeoneering, and then also we've got some cooking levels as well. So actually 6 dungeoneering and 23 cooking, which is nice. And then I'm just going to make some dart tips just to count off the smithing one. And then smithing is actually getting quite close to 69, which is pretty nice and also very nice. So yeah, made some progress. To be fair, looking at how long this clip has been, I'm already sort of at 16 minutes just from just jumping around and doing stuff. And I suppose we're always going to have this with not playing for so long and catching up on what we've been doing anyway. But yeah, in terms of the Grand Exchange, we're going to wait for all the U-planks, refined U-planks to finish. In terms of stuff we're going to do is sort of like AFKing and away and stuff. We've got all those teak planks we want to convert into frames. We've also bought those U-logs as well. I want to convert to U-planks and see if they're going to sell for 5,000 coins. If they do, that is such a good way to make cash with very little GP as well, which can always be an option for us to do. And then apart from that, the only other things I can see myself doing is maybe a couple of mid-quests. Maybe doing a couple of the mid-quests. Again, we've got things like Sheila Village, Gollum, Feud, Ghost Ahoy, those kind of things a little bit later on. We've definitely had a lot more quests unlocked since we've got that thieving level. And yeah, apart from that, we'll report back tomorrow with the big goals for the future. Forgettable Tale of a Drunken Dwarf unlocked, and we've also unlocked Freeze Company in terms of the saga as well. However, I'm going to wrap the video up here. Again, I'm really sorry it's been more of a catch-up-y episode, but again, I've been trying to catch up on stuff since I've been away. I've got a good week to sort of just crack down now and get some episodes out for you guys and really record some pretty good content. I've got some ideas of what I want to do. I want to go and get 1,000 total level in the next one. We're going to make a big purchase and we're going to set some real big goals for the future as well. However, let me know what you guys are doing in terms of your account. Please let me know what I've missed with those jail doors in the Thieving Guild because it's really annoyed me now and I can't seem to find a sort of answer for it. Drop that in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you're enjoying. Thank you so much for all the support on the videos lately. It has been really incredible, but I hope you guys have enjoyed and I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.